One thing's for sure, whether we like it or not, blockchain gaming is here to stay. Fair warning, it is a minefield of scams, pump and dumps, and vaporware, but I promise you, it is not all bad. As whatoplay, it is our mission to make sure that you, if you are interested in blockchain gaming, have some idea on how to spot the better ones. Here are a few games we are looking at. Skyweaver. We are starting this list with one that is closest to traditional video games. Skyweaver. It's a free-to-play trading card game with 3 different types of playable cards. First, there are base cards. These are your starter cards, and there are more than 500 of them, all of which you can unlock as you level up. That means that you don't have to spend any money to enjoy the game. Second, silver cards. These are cosmetic NFT versions of the base card games that you can earn by winning ranked matches. If you're so good in the game, you won't need to spend money to buy them. But you could if you want to. That's where the play-to-earn part of the game comes in. And third, gold cards. These are rare, limited edition cards that you can only earn during special tournaments. What sets this apart from other blockchain games is the lack of native currency. Skyweaver is all about NFT cards they can buy and/or sell in the marketplace. It is now on open beta on Windows, Linux, Mac, Android, and iOS. Guild of Guardians. This is a multiplayer action RPG where players lead a team of heroes to raid dungeons, collect drops, craft NFTs, fight guild wars, and more. But first, let's face the reality. One of the biggest challenges in play-to-earn games is building an economy. This avoids hyperinflation that has wreaked havoc in many play-to-earn communities. Guild of Guardians plans to avoid this by releasing a fixed number of tokens every day. A player gets a cut of this daily reward pool based on their playtime, history, level, and quests completed that day. Whether this is effective or not remains to be seen. Guild of Guardians will be free to play on both Android and iOS sometime this year. Illuvium. If you've been following P2Es, this is probably one of the most anticipated ones. An auto-battler RPG set in a world populated by creatures called Illuvials. Like this one. As for its play-to-earn aspect, there are a lot of ways. You can focus on exploration to capture rare and powerful Illuvials that you can then sell on the marketplace. Or dominate in battle arenas for rewards, wager on tournament outcomes, mining, crafting, and many more. Public data is supposed to launch soon, while mobile is supposed to release later this year. It's worth noting though that there have been some delays, so don't be surprised if the date changes. Before we proceed, this is by no means an exhaustive list. If you know of awesome NFT, blockchain-powered, play-to-earn games, do let us know in the comments below. Access Metaverse. Another common issue with P2E games is that the team behind them lack the experience to create and maintain the games effectively. Access Metaverse is an exception. It is being developed by Azure Games, one of the biggest mobile game publishers in the world. By the way, this is more than just one game. In fact, there are 3 separate games all sharing the same NFTs and economy. Number 1, Battleground, a large-scale battle royale. 2, Team Tactics, squad-based tactical RPG. And of course, Kingdom Wars, multiplayer strategy and resource management game. So how can you earn? You can send your NFT heroes to mine and sell valuable in-game resources, win tournaments, or challenge other players in all-or-nothing PvPs. Early version is set to release later this year. My Neighbor Alice. If you enjoy builder games like Animal Crossing, this one is for you. The mechanics are pretty simple. Develop your piece of land, farm crops, rear animals, build your house, and many more. Warning, this is not your typical play-to-earn game. Yes, there are NFTs in the form of lands and virtual assets, plus rewards during seasonal events and competitions. But it's positioned more as a community-building project that will introduce blockchain technology to the millions, not just another chase for ROI. Full version of the game is expected to release sometime this year. Quick reminder, this list is brought to you by our partners at Playverz. Playverz is a whole play-to-earn ecosystem specifically made for casual mobile games. Players compete in any of the 10 casual games for token rewards. Link in the description box for more info. The Sandbox. As we go through this list, I'll continue to highlight common issues with play-to-earn games. This time, let's talk about longevity. A lot of titles in this space have rigid gameplays with little wiggle room for improvements. This eventually leads to just another grind for rewards. The Sandbox is different. It's a platform for building experiences on the Metaverse. It aims to provide players with tools to develop, publish, and potentially earn from their creations. It's basically the Web3 version of Roblox. The Sandbox is an ambitious project that has been in development for years. Mobile launch is finally coming out this year, and more than 5,000 minigames are expected to be playable next year. Cornucopias. Talking about metaverses, here's one that's taking a different approach. Cornucopias is more than just play to earn. It also includes learn to earn. Cornucopias is partnering with learning centers around the world to develop educational games in their metaverse. And students receive rewards by completing these games. Another is build to earn. Creative players can design and mint their own in-game items, which they can choose to use or sell to other players. A minigame is coming out by the second quarter with a full release by the end of the year. Crabada. A big problem with NFTs in general is that they require a lot of energy just to keep the underlying blockchain running. This is only partly true in gaming. We're currently tracking more than 1,000 games, and about 70% of them run on more energy-efficient blockchains like Binance Smart Chain. An example for this is Crabada, an idle game built on the Avalanche network. It's a blockchain that consumes 35,000 times less electricity than Ethereum and 200,000 times less than Bitcoin. As for the actual gameplay, it's pretty straightforward. You play a fierce hermit crab warrior that you send to mining expeditions, looting missions, or battle for rewards. Each crab contains a unique DNA with specific traits. Breed crabs to give birth to more powerful hermit crab warriors. It will soon be playable on Windows, Mac, and Android. NUNU Spirits. This one is unique. At first glance, it looks like a collection of casual party games like Floor is Lava, Capture the Flag, and Parkour Tag. What makes NUNU Spirits unique is how the game's world is tied to the real world. In-game rewards and benefits are closely tied to real-world actions. Specifically that of trees planted. You plant trees, it gets verified through some mechanisms, and then you get in-game benefits. We don't know how exactly this whole thing will work, but it's a cool idea. Public beta is coming in by the third quarter of this year. Gods Unchained. If there's one lesson we can learn from blockchain games, is that players can and should have a say in how games are being developed. Nowhere else do you see the development team be so engaged with a player base outside of legitimate P2E games. A good example is Gods Unchained, a free-to-play trading card game that has been a very vocal proponent of true ownership over in-game items. Players start with a free deck. Additional cards are unlocked for playing and winning matches. The game has been in beta for a while and has been through a lot. Rebalancing updates, server issues, chain migration, and more. All this time, the team has been very active in addressing issues and feedback on their Discord. Gods Unchained beta is currently available for Windows and Mac. Remember, NFT gaming is still at its early stages, so expect to see a spectrum of experiments, proposed solutions, and a lot of failures. Hey, you made it this far! Thank you so much for watching. I have a secret just for you, so come closer, come closer. We have a new website in development. It should be releasing very soon. It's about blockchain games. So if you're interested, be sure to check our description box. While you're down there, leave a comment about a blockchain game you're interested in. It's been Raine, it's been real. See you next time. Bye. That okay?
Good, yeah.